Welcome back to BaldHeaded Metal, guys. My name is Joseph. Today, we're going to talk about the new Exodus album and review it, Persona Non Grata, which came out on November 19th, which happens to be my birthday as well. It's a great birthday gift for me here because Exodus is my favorite thrash metal band of all time. Yes, above Slayer and other various thrash metal bands. Top 3 list for sure, with Bolt Thrower and Iced Earth there. So I've been really excited with this 7-year gap that Exodus has had with Gary Holt being in Slayer. I've been really excited to hear this new album, but also cautious of can they come back as strong as they were before, especially with Atrocity Exhibition B. Wasn't exactly one of my favorite albums for them. I did enjoy it, wasn't crazy about it. Blood In Blood Out took me a couple of times to get into the album, but I ended up actually loving it. Atrocity Exhibition A being my favorite. Shovelhead Kill Machine, an amazing album. Temple of the Damned is great. That's kind of the era I came in. I do like Fabulous Disaster and Bonded by Blood as well. With that out of the way, how is Persona Non Grata? Well, guys, you are not going to be disappointed, as it is a fantastic Exodus album. There are some great songs on display here, with Persona Non Grata, a title song to the album, the Slipping Into Madness, and something like Prescribing Horror, which has this kind of a slower, chunkier just riff that makes me want to go crazy in the pit automatically. And that's the thing about it, it just had an excitement to this album that I didn't get this year. Actually, even with my favorite album of the year being Coherence from Bellacore, I didn't get this level of excitement that I got from this Exodus album. And the songs like Lunatic Liar Lord, which had some kind of swamp rock, kind of southern rock influences in it as well, with the song before that, which was a kind of instrumental, Cosa del Pantano, which is really cool. Again, it had that swamp rock instrumental feel to it with the acoustic guitar. I couldn't have been happier with this album, to be honest. I don't like every single song on this album. I want to be kind of 100 about it, is that I didn't like the song Elitist. Not a big fan of it, but more lukewarm about it. And when it came to the song The Years of Death and Dying, the first time I heard it when they released it, a couple of weeks ago, I didn't like it. I don't like it now. Just not a fan. Not for me. It's not. I don't like what Zetro did with the chorus there, and what they did with the guitars. Just overall wasn't enjoying it. But Zetro is on top of it. Zetro Souza is on top of his game in this album. It's great the way he's sounding. He's trying different things with his vocals. He's a little bit more playful than Rob Duke. So I know there's a constant conversation when we're talking about Exodus and who's the better vocalist, including also Paul Bailoff. I think Zetro and Rob Dukes are on par with one another. They're just as good. They just do different things within the music, and that's something to take away from me here as specifically. And at the same time, with the riffs, Gary Holt is more playful with riffs this year as well. They do quite a lot of different things on this album. They're not just fast songs non-stop. There's some fast songs, there's some slow songs, there's some more kind of change up creative songs, the way they play around with the riffs. There's fast solos, there's slow solos. They've really kind of created a nice meaty package for us here with this album. And I don't see this album resonating as much with fans who are new to the genre of thrash metal, or like the new wave sound of thrash metal, like Vector or Havoc, you know, Warbringer, all these kinds of bands, because it has a very old school sound to this album. I think it does sound very much like Bonded by Blood mixed in with something like Temple of the Damned. If I had to pick 2 albums to kind of mix it in with, those would probably be it, with a lot of its own things happening in there as well. Like I mentioned, the swamp rock element to this album. And there's 12 songs, one being an instrumental, a minute and 13, I believe it was a minute and 13 seconds, but it's quite a lot of songs, with 12 songs on the album. Sorry, I think I said 13, with 12 songs on the album. I couldn't have been happier. This is a great album from a veteran band. Everybody's on top of the game, whether it be Jack and Gary Holt and Tom Hunting, Zetro. They're all doing their job to 100%. Everybody's killing it. I loved kind of everything about the album. It's very easy to get into. I didn't have to give multiple listens to be right into the album, because it has catchy riffs, it has moshing songs. I mean, what else do we expect from Exodus at this point? We don't expect them to reinvent the genre. We expect to hear Exodus with some, not necessarily innovation, but them trying something different and being a little bit playful and not settling, particularly in their kind of sound, with something that I would say Metallica did and Megadeth ended up doing. They just kind of settled into a sound and became very samey over time. This, I think it has enough difference in it to separate itself from other albums. It is not like Blood In, Blood Out. It is not like a Atrocity Exhibition B. It does have its own identity, but you also can see obvious influences where they try to pull from with this album. So overall, guys, highly recommended. Check it out, get into it. If you want to see a full album reaction, actually, I did a full album reaction to this as well. First time listening to it, just kind of going through it. So if you want to check this out as well, I'm going to give you a link down below for that, so you can check it out, so you kind of see me in the moment, especially when it came to the song Slipping Into Madness and Prescribing Horror. I was really on board with those songs, and you could see me just headbanging. As a matter of fact, like, my neck is a little bit sore from headbanging so much as I was doing it. Anywho, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this review. You kind of see where I'm coming from as a fan of Exodus. I do have to say that right off the bat, I'm not impartial. I am a huge fan of Exodus. I've been awaiting this album. I knew it was going to be coming out on my birthday, and like I said, couldn't have been a better birthday gift, if I may say so myself. Let me know what you thought of this album yourself. If you're never heard of this band yourself, check them out, give it a listen, see what you think of it yourself, if you like this kind of harsher sounding music. Anywho, guys, keep it metal. Stay safe out there, and I hope to hear more of the Gary Holt's just shredding skills for much longer to come in the next coming years, and get to see them live and get to mosh with some of you guys in the pit if you're down in the New York area here. Later, guys. Take care of yourselves.